Mark, thank you and welcome to Phoenix, Arizona. Game 5, best of 7 Western Conference first round playoff. It's the Lakers and Suns. It's an elimination game. The 7th seeded Lakers leading the 2nd seeded Suns 3 games to 1. This is Luke Walton making his 10th consecutive start. And Odom with the shot clock down to 8, working on Sean Marion. James Jones picks it up, and here comes Steve Nash of Phoenix.
Good defensive start so far, Kevin. And James Jones looking to knock down his second shot. He's hit a little jumper. Steve Nash hits a layup. He hits a 3 there. As a result, a 7-0 start right now for the Suns. They needed a quick start tonight to keep this crowd energized after that devastating loss in Game 4. Where they had thought they'd evened this series up, Kevin, at 2-2.
We'll come back and set the lineups and get you caught up. But right now, Phoenix, like they have caught up. 7-0 on top of LA. He's scored 5 of the Suns' 7 points. As you take a look at Mike D'Antoni, right now, Doug is down 3 games to 1 to the number 7 seed Los Angeles Lakers.
Well, he talked to us before the game, Kevin. He said that loss, he's been in basketball for 46 years, ever since he was an 8-year-old kid. He said that loss on Sunday was the toughest loss he's ever had to suffer.
Worst experience, he said. You're right, in his basketball career as a player, as a coach. Was last year's NBA Coach of the Year. This is a Kobe Bryant shot and a rebound by the Suns. So the Lakers are scoreless in their first 5 trips down the floor. Raja Bell. He's already picked up a foul, has Bell. Here comes Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, he really has to stay on the floor. He's the one guy that can really body up to Kobe and make him work. Well, the Lakers right now a little out of sync. We wondered coming in tonight, Kevin, the maturity of this Laker team, other than Kobe Bryant, still a very, very young team. Would they take prosperity here tonight and say, well, let's go back and win in Game 6? Are they going to try to put the hammer down tonight and finish this series? You don't want to get back to a Game 6 where the Suns can win that and then come back here for a Game 7.
It's Nash to Jones for 2. And Bryant taps it off to Brown. The Lakers have won 3 straight by 6, 7, and by a single point in overtime on Sunday. This is Luke Walton for 3. Walton is well above his seasonal average. Plus 7 points, taking 7 more shots a game and shooting 7% better from the field now versus the regular year.
Now coming off the big jump ball that he forced on Steve Nash, got the tip to Kobe Bryant, who get the game winner. Here's Sean Marion, who has struggled in the first half of this series, has played much better in the second half, so they need a quick start from him. He's expending so much energy guarding Lamar Odom down there on that block.
And this is Brown. And out to Smush Parker, who really struggled with this shot on Sunday.
Hit the 1 shot to count it, Kevin. He's been 1 for 10, hit that big 3 to make it a 2-point game when the Suns were up 5.
And the most improved player this season in the NBA is Boris Diaw.
Thought he had his best game in Game 4, Kevin. He was very, very aggressive. 21 points, 7 assists, 8 rebounds. He did have 5 turnovers, but he posted, got in the lane. The Suns had 52 points in the paint on Sunday. A very positive side, and they've been so dominated in that area.
Odom faces the double. Thus Walton is free. Jones is trying to defend, and Luke Walton has started strong. He's got 5 points in 5 minutes for the LA Lakers. And a foul on Walton at the other end. All right, Doug, the keys tonight for Phoenix.
Well, this is all about Phoenix. They got to win the game tonight. Kevin, can they score 100 points in the regular season when they have their 49-18? In the playoffs when they haven't, they're 0-3? Can they win that 3-point line by double digits in the season when they've won that by 15, plus 15 in wins and losses? They're plus 5. Hold their own in the paint, and then emotionally, can they win a close game tonight to send it back to Game 6?
That's Boris Diaw again from up close, and he has started 2 of 3. The team that leads a series 3 games to 1 usually wins the series 96% of the time. So the odds against the Suns, but the Suns have the MVP right here in Steve Nash. Knocked out of bounds, 19 seconds on the shot clock. The Suns will inbound the ball.
Kevin, it's very, very important that James Jones has gotten off to a good start tonight. He did a good job starting, but what it's doing, he's comfortable starting, and Tim Thomas gave a big leap, big jump to that bench in Game 4. He had 12 points and 7 rebounds. The Phoenix bench has really been struggling. During the course of the season, they averaged over 30 points a game. It was a very big part of their team. In the playoffs, they've averaged only 8.
That's a considerable drop. Here is Bell. And the Phoenix Suns have started 6 of 11 with their biggest lead right now at 8.
See, one of the things that the Lakers did not do on Sunday, they did not win the battle of the paint, and they only got 4 points on second chance opportunities. The Suns really did a much better job in the paint. That's why they were right in that game and actually should have won.
Walton against Jones. And Jones, the ex-Indiana Pacer, comes up with the rebound. This is Nash. And Diaw back to Nash.
This is sort of reminiscent of the Suns in Game 1. They had 39 points in the first quarter. They had 2 30-point quarters in that game, Kevin. Since then, only 1 30-point quarter in the last 3 games. That was the Laker goal, to keep them under 30 points in quarters.
Well, Johnson said it, and that has been a big point. 4 rebounds now in the game for Jones. Nash! And picked up by Lamar Odom, who has had a sensational series for L.A.
You know, what I like what Phoenix has done is there's a lot of energy in this building, Kevin, but a lot of times with that energy, you don't get efficiency. They're playing efficient basketball right now. Very positive start.
Bell is on Bryant. Marion is on Odom, and that has been a tough matchup for Marion. Shot clock at 1. Kobe throws up an air ball with the shot clock violation against the LA Lakers.
See, a huge advantage that the Lakers have when we see Phil Jackson. Here's the run out by Boris Diaw. Gotten off to a wonderful start. He dishes back to Steve Nash for the easy layup. But the Lakers have 2 guys that must be double teamed. That's Lamar Odom and Kobe Bryant. As a result, a lot of these other guys are getting open shots, and the guy who's really hurt the Suns is Sasha Vujacic. He has 8 of 11 from the three-point line. He has been big in this series.
That's an interception by Walton, leading a 2-on-1 with Parker, and a foul called on the newly instated Leandro Barbosa, who took the place of Diaw. Jones is out. They brought in Tim Thomas, and that is a foul, the first of which goes on Barbosa. He's got great speed. In fact, there has been a thought on Mike D'Antoni's mind about maybe starting Barbosa to get the engine going a little bit quicker in games against the Lakers.
Yeah, I think the problem with that is they're too small. The Lakers, when you look out there, I mean, Smush Parker is a 6'5" point guard. So he's bigger than Nash, as Parker knocks it in. Luke Walton is 6'8". Odom is 6'10". Kwame Brown is 6'11". And Kobe Bryant is 6'6" or 6'7". They have the Suns outsized at every position. You go small with Barbosa, you really now are going to have a problem rebounding that ball and defending the paint. He's got to give them a lift off the bench, though. He was their best player this year coming off the bench.
Bell, the ex-Utah Jazz player. Thomas was with Chicago, let go, set idle for 4 months. Gets it from Nash. And a foul on the Lakers inside. It's on Odom, who picks up the foul, his first for the Los Angeles Lakers. Doug, the bench of the Phoenix Suns in the regular season averaged 30 points a game. Game 1, 7 less. In Game 2, 26 points less. Game 3 less. Game 4, 17 points and 10 points last 2 games below their seasonal average.
Well, this has been the difference. In Game 1, they won the Battle of the Bench 23-11. They were plus 12. The last 3 games, they've been beaten badly. When we talked to Mike D'Antoni before the game, he said, you know, I felt good about Leandro Barbosa and James Jones and Eddie House, the guys that we had coming off the bench, because they played so well all season long. But the Lakers give them a lot of credit. They have scouted these guys, and they've chased them off that three-point line into their weakness.
And with the bench struggling, that means the starters have got to play more minutes.
And then, you know, Steve Nash now minutes get up to 44, 45, and the other day they took him out at the end of the third quarter, his back locked up, so I think he might play the entire second half tonight. I don't think Mike D'Antoni can take him out of the game.
And Nash is averaging 5 more minutes a game than the regular year, and Kwame Brown comes up with a gentle hook off that block, and the Los Angeles Lakers are down 16-9. 3-on-2 on the subsequent steal. Odom to Brown, and just like that, Doug, it's a 5-point game.
Now, Steve Nash with 2 uncharacteristic turnovers, got in the air one time and turned it over that led to a break. That time, a careless pass that leads to a dunk by Kwame Brown.
Nash again rejected by Odom. That's a Laker foul as Nash hits the deck hard. Nash played 43 minutes in Game 4. and went most of the game without a turnover, except late in the game when he had 2 crucial turnovers.
Yeah, how about that? 11 assists, and he turned the ball over twice. One when his foot slipped out from underneath him, and Kobe Bryant went down and made the miraculous shot at the end of the overtime. And then where he was tied up by Luke Walton, they got the tip, the Lakers did, and Kobe Bryant went down, measured the shot, hit it at the buzzer to break the Suns' heart. So Steve Nash had played so well, only 2 turnovers, but at the wrong time. But I tell you what, Kevin, I give him a lot of credit. He didn't blame the officials. He didn't point fingers at anybody. He said, I'll be back for Game 5, and I'll try to be better. That's why you love to be a teammate of Steve Nash.
Each team, Doug, has hit 1 3-point shot. You know how important that 3-point shot is for Phoenix tonight.
Well, if they don't win that by double digits, I don't think they have a chance to win this game because the Lakers are going to win the paint.
It's Odom off balance, and a foul is called. They're going to put it on Sean Marion, who picks up his first. Why has Marion struggled so with Odom in this series? Well,
Odom is quick. He's about 30 pounds heavier. He's taller. And what he has done is he has put Sean Marion in all these post situations. So when Sean Marion has to run the floor, instead of running maybe 80 feet for a break, he's running 94 feet. That takes its toll because he has to be one of their best rebounders. He has to defend on the block. He has to double team, and then he has to get out and run on the break. That's a lot of energy being used.
And Phil Jackson said before the season, a lot of our success will be predicated on the development of Odom working with Bryant.
Well, he said today before the press conference, I heard him, he said, this is the best basketball Lamar Odom has played for me this season, and everything has clicked at the right time for the Los Angeles Lakers. They are playing terrific basketball.
Thomas playing with the bulky knee. Rebounded by Odom inside. Clutching on to his 4th rebound. Here comes Walt. The Lakers have not made a substitution in the game so far. Odom has been beautifully by Marion inside.
Well, there's supposed to be somebody double teaming on the baseline there. That's exactly what Sean Marion's supposed to do. He got no help on that play.
It's Leandro Barbosa. Throughout the season, he was one of the top 3-point shooters in the regular year in the NBA.
The Lakers have taken that first little punch. They fought themselves right back into the game. That's what you do. You're Phil Jackson. You say, look, we'll take the emotional surge. Just keep executing.
Walton using the glass. Kobe Bryant is the only Lakers starter who has not scored. 5 from Walton leading Los Angeles. 5 from Jones is leading the Phoenix Suns. Kobe picks up a foul. And that is the other matchup to watch as Kobe Bryant has picked up his first. But Lamar Odom has been such a linchpin of the Lakers' success.
But again, the weak side of the defense there lets Sean Marion down. He's supposed to turn him back baseline. Someone's supposed to give help. They don't. The Suns up by 4, but the Lakers getting back into this game.
The Suns jumped out to a 10-point lead. Lakers have come back to close to within 4. Right now, let's check in with David Aldridge for tonight's Gatorade Around the Cooler report. David?
Well, Kevin, the Los Angeles Police Department announced this afternoon that Lakers forward Kwame Brown is under investigation for an alleged sexual assault that took place last Saturday early morning in Los Angeles. The case is being handled by the police department's robbery homicide division, and police have notified the district attorney's office of the investigation. Brown didn't comment as he entered U.S. Airways Center this evening, but both he and the Lakers issued a statement before tip-off. Brown's statement read, "I want to assure everyone that I am completely innocent of any wrongdoing and look forward to the truth coming out when this matter is fully investigated. However, on the advice of my attorney, I cannot comment further at this time." Kevin?
I think that's a foul on the aforementioned Kwame Brown, and the guy that shot was Sean Marion. Brown picks up his first. The Suns had not scored from the field in 3 minutes and 20 seconds. So Brown picks up his second foul. Here is Marion completing the 3-point play. Steve Nash is on the bench. Eddie House has taken his place. And Sasha Vujacic has come in for the Los Angeles Lakers. Walton is on the bench for LA.
Well, keep your eye on Vujacic. He has been knocking down every 3-point shot. So out of these double teams, he's the guy that's been hot.
8 of 11 in the series. And Kwame Brown comes up, and Brown, with all that on his plate, has started 3 of 3 with 6 points in 10 minutes.
Kwame's had a very good series. Had some big nights for him. That Game 3 the other night, he had 5 assists, 13 points, 11 rebounds, averaging almost 13 points a game in this series.
That's Tim Thomas inside.
I think that's going to be Kwame Brown's third foul, though. He's going to have to sit down.
So Brian Cook will come in as Brown will take a seat with his third personal foul.
Well, you can see Kwame sliding over there, sort of sticking his shoulder out. Watch him here. He does not get over soon enough. Watch him here as he's sliding. Sort of bumps him a little bit with his right shoulder. So that's about 3 touch fouls on Kwame Brown, who's been off to a great start and has been a big factor in this series with his size. That's 2 missed free throws now by Tim Thomas. All those points count tonight, Coach Harlan. You cannot be leaving points out there on the board.
Well, we talked about before, this is not a good free throw shooting team in terms of number of trips to the line. There's Odom once again crawling inside. He's got 5.
Why did they run over and double team Brian Cook? And a blown coverage there, not recognizing who's posting.
Suns have 2 starters on the floor, including Marion, who takes it in. And they need a big game from him, Doug. He's got 5 early points for Phoenix.
I think it's important to get him started early. He seems to really lift his play when he sees that ball go in the basket.
Brian Cook guarded by Marion.
Brian Cook, they're trying to chase him off that line, and he just put it on the floor, went right to the basket. He's been shooting miserably in these playoffs. Only 10 for 30.
It's Marion for 3. And Phoenix has started 1 of 4 shooting 3-point shots tonight.
The Suns are a much better 3-point shooting game in transition than they are in half court. And here's Kobe Bryant picking and choosing his spots, taking over 11 less shots a game in this series than he did in the regular season.
It's amazing.
And his team, instead of being down 3-1 or up 3-1 because of his ability to be unselfish and do what he's doing for his teammates.
It's Barbosa. That shot by Kobe Bryant was his first hit of the game. Doug, in the regular season, Bryant, here he comes again, charging inside. Barbosa knocked it away. Here comes Bell, shadowed by Vujacic, and the Suns trying to get some transition game.
Well, they'd like to get this guy going, Eddie House. He was instant offense this season. They need to see him get it going.
Odom picks it up, but Kobe Bryant had averaged 42 points a game in the regular season against the Suns. He's 19 points below that average in this series against Phoenix here in the postseason.
They have 5 guys in double figures. That's the whole key. Here's Kobe hanging an incredible shot. The man has the ability to turn it on when necessary. In game 1, he was out of a rhythm. The Suns were able to win that game. Since that point in time, he's dominated the game with his passing and his timely shooting like we saw in game 4. Look at this move, though. Raja Bell all over him, just hanging, taking the hit, getting the contact, the possible 3-point play. So as well as Phoenix has played in this quarter, they make this free throw, the Lakers, and it's only a 2-point game.
It's interesting. In game 4, Lamar Odom led the Lakers in scoring. In game 3, Smush Parker led the team in scoring. Doug, Kobe Bryant led the Lakers in scoring the previous 36 games. So it builds upon your point about shooting less, passing more. The team is better.
Well, he's trusting his teammates, and they are delivering, and that's why they're up 3-1.
That would have counted had it gone in. So the Suns burst out to a 10-point lead, but the Lakers come back. Kobe Bryant putting in 5 points in the last seconds of the quarter. At the end of 1, in an elimination game, the Suns by 2 over LA. Trailing by 10, close the second quarter on a 20-12 run. Thus down by just 2 as we head to the second quarter, which has been one of the more interesting quarters, Doug, in this series and all the games we've seen.
Well, this is really what's cost the Suns, I think, a game is, look at their scoring 16.8 points a game. Kevin, in the regular season, they averaged over 27 points a game in the second quarter, shot over 49% from the field, 41% from the three-point line. You see the numbers, the bench scoring only 2, and that's been the real problem. Tonight we have to watch this. Now, in game 4, Kobe Bryant picked up his 3rd foul, only played 57 seconds of the second quarter, and the Lakers actually outscored the Suns 16-15. They did not take advantage. So when you think of the end of that game, you think of what happened. They really didn't take advantage of when Kobe was on the bench with fouls.
Suns in the second quarter have been held below 20 points in all 4 games. And one of the things, too, is the bench usually helps out, but they have not been helping in this series. David, what do you have?
Guys, keep in mind, Steve Nash on the bench right now. When he was on the bench and down the stretch in the fourth quarter and overtime, he tightened up, couldn't hit some key shots that might have put the game away. Mike D'Antoni said this morning he's going to keep an eye on Steve Nash every second he's off the floor to make sure that back doesn't tighten up again. He'll try to keep him on the floor for longer stretches tonight, guys.
Well, there's a 5-second violation by the Los Angeles Lakers. What a way to start that second quarter. Kwame Brown leads all Lakers in scoring with 6, but he's on the LA bench with 3 personal fouls. 6 points by Nash, and he is on the bench for the Phoenix Suns. It's Tim Thomas with a 3. Rebound by Kobe Bryant.
1 of 6 now from the three-point line.
Sasha Vujicic from Slovenia. Walton tried to get it in. Thomas tried to throw it off him, and it is off of the Los Angeles Lakers. 8 Los Angeles turnovers, Doug, to start the game.
Let's take a look at these matchups now. You've got Kobe Bryant guarding Barbosa, which tells you the Lakers' strategy. Instead of him guarding Raja Bell, they're trying to keep Barbosa under wraps here and not let him get started. So they got Kobe Bryant on it.
Diaw back in and Frank's one to Thomas. So it's Barbosa and House with Thomas, Diaw, and Bell. Almost like 3 guards in there, that 3-guard offense. Here's Devin George in for the first time, finding Kobe. Vujicic is in with Cook and Walton. It's Bell against Kobe.
Wow, that is a tough shot. I mean, Raja Bell did everything right, and Kobe Bryant, did you see how much he took his time there, Kevin? He was looking to see where the double team was coming for, spun away, and went baseline for the jump shot.
Devin George picks up a foul. What does he say? He calculates in his mind how much time he needs and where he should be.
Well, you know, you can only handle the ball there 5 seconds or you get a violation backing the guy down, but he's reading it. I'm sure he's, counting to himself, and he's watching to see where the defense is coming from. His eyes are on the target, seeing the whole floor.
Barbosa.
Boy, they need that. They need Barbosa. He had 15 points in game 1. A little deceiving. 8 of those came at the free throw line. Phil Jackson said we were happy with him shooting 3 for 8. We cannot give him 8 free throws.
Barbosa's averaging 6 less points a game in the postseason than the regular year. And that is a violation of 3 seconds. It goes defensively on the Suns' Leandro Barbosa.
Mike D'Antoni, he's remained pretty upbeat. Kevin, what happened on Sunday? He actually said after the game they did everything right kind of thing. That's why we won the game. And he goes, oh, I'm in denial. I guess we lost kind of thing. I mean, he was even convinced that they had won that game.
And so many times, and especially in the playoffs, coaches will say, make sure you look at the big picture. But he's telling his team, as you agree, focus on tonight. There is nothing beyond tonight if we don't win.
Well, the big picture says you got to win 3 in a row. The little picture says win tonight and then worry about game 6. So your whole thing is, what do we have to do tonight? And then we'll worry about something down the road. You have to be able to play well enough to fight another day.
Barbosa picks up his second. Channeling that sometimes it's hard for a team to do, but you think a team like Phoenix, which finished with one of the best records in the regular season in the NBA, the number 2 seed in the tough West, would find that easy tonight. Led by Nash on the bench right now, taking a breather. Walton to Cook, who can hit that shot and does right there. And Doug, the Los Angeles Lakers have hit their last 6 consecutive shots. This by Barbosa. Kobe Bryant.
They got back-picked by Luke Walton, and Tim Thomas did not talk to him. Saw Kobe the whole time with his eyes, telling Luke Walton exactly what he wanted him to do. Look at him, he's talking to Luke Walton. He gets Bell gets back-picked. Nobody on the weak side of the floor, and quietly the Lakers have taken the lead in this ball game.
The Lakers have their first lead of the game. Kobe Bryant with the game-high 10 so far. It's an elimination game. If the Lakers win, they move on. Timeout with 9:53 in the second quarter. Let's check out tonight's Armor All fantastic finish. Same motion, same feel.
What was interesting, Michael did that in game 1 versus Utah. Ironically, Karl Malone was at the free throw line shooting 2 free throws. that would have given his team a lead. He missed them both. Michael makes the shot. In the game the other night, it was Steve Nash with a turnover, the MVP of the season. Kobe comes down and hits the shot. So MVPs involved in 2 negative plays. Michael and Kobe both knocked the shots down, both lead the win for their team.
Well, you saw that tonight's text message question. Pick the game-winning shot, either Kobe, MJ, or Miller. Text 88222. And Tim Thomas. Offensive rebound. Dial, what a pass. Inside. Dial to Tim Thomas. And the Suns have taken the lead back.
Those are the kinds of plays that you have to make when you're not shooting the ball well. Coming off the bench, the Suns obviously struggling. Cook picks up the foul there. That's his first foul. But Boris Diaw really growing up, Kevin. He played terrific in Game 4. I mean, his numbers, getting in the post, about 21 points. He had 8 rebounds, 7 assists. He is really developing. You know, Mike D'Antoni gave him the award yesterday. He said, okay, this is for the most improved player. He said, now I want you to become an all-star. And I think the young man has that kind of talent.
So Nash is back in with him on the bench. The Lakers were plus 4 points. Lakers have not missed a shot until that one right there in the last 5 minutes. So here comes Diaw and James Jones. Vujacic with the steal.
Well, he's played well. Vujacic, he's 6'7", he's rangy, he's quick, he's shooting the ball well. He's given them a big lift off the bench.
Kobe's 10, leading all scorers. Great feed inside to Walton.
Trusting your teammates. Early in the year, Kobe would have taken that shot. It's all come together at the right time for the Lakers. Phil Jackson, once again, working his magic with his team. He said it's been the most rewarding coaching job he's done in his career. That says a lot when you've won 9 championships.
Vujacic picks up his first personal foul. Kwame Brown is on the Los Angeles Laker bench. He went 3 of 3, but picked up 3 quick fouls, so he has been out. Odom is going to come back in, and Kobe is going to take a breather with his 10 points and 4 rebounds and 2 assists in 15 minutes.
Well, you know Mike D'Antoni knows what's happened in this second quarter. He's got all of his starters back on the floor, and it's still about 8.5 minutes to go, so he's not taking any chances tonight in digging his team a hole.
As the Lakers have 2 starters on the floor. Nash against Vujacic in a foul. And that appears to be the second on Sasha Vujacic. And with 8.5 to play in the half and tie game at 34, let's send you to our TNT Arena and Ernie Johnson. EJ?
Thank you, Kev. Southwest Airlines game break. The Spurs were down 3 at the half against Sacramento, then responded with their biggest quarter since Game 1, 37-22. They outscored Sacramento in the third. Bones Berry for 3 there, and Manu Ginobili, who has struggled, has 14 points of 6 out of 10 through 3 periods. And right now it's 83-69 early in the fourth. Kev.
Ginobili, thank you, EJ. Ginobili means so much to that team.
Well, he makes them go. You know, Parker was great, and they need Duncan, but Ginobili gives them that little edge, that wild card. And we got to throw our congratulations to our studio there. They're winning the Emmy. I know Charles went to pick that up, but you guys are the best, and congratulations for the award. Well deserved.
Nash made 1 of 2. Agreed. Walton, Odom, Marion on him again. George is picked up by Barbosa. Diaw is on Walton. Shot clock is down to 2 for Devin George. Jones picks it up. Here comes Nash.
See, they switch all the screen rolls. Lamar Odom's playing Nash now. Sort of slows them down. And they don't get those quick threes that they normally get with Nash penetrating to the basket. The Lakers big guys are big enough. And here's another 4th turnover. That's 2 turnovers here by James Jones, 5 for the team. Those little plays, you don't get a shot. That's switching that screen roll. So your big men, it's one thing to be big, but when you have quickness and size and range and stuff, and you can keep that ball handler in front of you, it causes all kinds of problems.
Doug has mentioned already in our broadcast a couple times tonight, the 3-point shot of the Suns final tonight, 1 of 7. They're shooting overall 48%. Lakers shooting 58% from the field. They double Odom, and he travels.
See where that double team came from that time? They double back on the baseline. That's what Marion is expecting to turn him baseline and run him into a trap. This time Jones gets there. Remember last time he didn't, he got all the way to the basket. And this way they got into the trap, they got their body on him, and he shuffled his feet.
9 turnovers for LA.
But the Suns got to take advantage of them. They only have 4 points off those turnovers.
Good point. Nash. Dion. Looked like Odom got a hand on it with the rejection. Kobe is on the bench taking a breather. Here comes Devin George.
Now this is where the Suns have to make a move. Kobe's sitting down here, Smush Parker taking the shot, and that's the first offensive rebound of the game for the Lakers.
Lakers are leading in overall rebounds, though, by 4. Brian Cook. George came over the back of Barbosa. Foul goes on Devin George, Doug. That is the second on him.
See if this was a goaltend here. No, it wasn't, because the ball was going to the backboard, and you can knock that ball to the board. You can take it and pin it.
Now the penalty at 7:02.
Let's see if the Suns can take advantage. In the only game the Suns have won in this series, Kevin, they won it at the free throw line. In game 1, they were 32 of 35. Since that point in time, their free throw shooting has gone back to about normal, averaging about 18 a game rather than the 35 they got. That was the difference in that game 1 was ability. And remember, Barbosa was 8 of 8.
Brazilian Barbosa at the line. Kobe is back in, and for the first time in this series, Rony Turiev comes in. There goes Cook leaving the game.
Well, the reason Turiev is in the game is because Kwame Brown has 3 fouls. Normally he would come back in this time, and Phil's not going to put him out there to pick up his 4th. It's a very much of a working margin. Right now, if he makes this, it's only a 3-point game. So, you want to keep Kwame in a situation where you can have him ready for the second half.
Turiev, a year ago at this time, was getting ready for open heart surgery.
Yeah, what a great story. I spoke to him a little bit before the game. I said, how you feeling? He says, I'm alive. And he said, I just appreciate every day.
Play to Gonzaga. Barbosa's on Kobe. Jones deflected the pass and 6 seconds on the shot clock. Here comes Bell. There goes Barbosa with the Suns. So Los Angeles has beaten Phoenix 3 straight. Now Phoenix must do the same to the Lakers. Win 3 in a row. And the last time that the Suns put together a winning streak of 3 games was back in early March in a timeout taken by Odom.
It was March 3rd, 5th, and 6th. And it was the tail end of an 11-game winning streak. They had won 11. They won 3 at the end of that, obviously. Since that point in time, Kevin, the Suns have been under 500 the rest of the season into the playoffs.
Well, since that time, Doug, they've gone 13 and 14. That's over the last 8 weeks. And over the last 14 games, the Suns have been 7 and 7. In contrast, over the last 14, the Lakers have gone 11 and 3. Last 8 weeks, last 2 months, the Lakers 17 and 8.
I go back to how the Lakers ended the season. They ended the season with 5 games at home. Kevin, I looked at the numbers. Them and Dallas both were at home for 15 days, being able to finish up their season and prepare for the playoffs before they had to go out on the road and play. Those coaches, Avery Johnson, Phil Jackson, they're 2 teams right now, the 2 hottest teams in the league, and I believe your schedule plays a huge part in having your guys at home and being able to start focusing in on what you have to do for the playoffs, and both of those teams obviously are ready to go.
Well, you see Phil Jackson, we've talked about how he has viewed this season. Since he has been in Los Angeles, under Jackson, the Lakers have won 13 of 14 closeout games. It's Odom for 3. And Nash chasing down the loose ball. Marion at the other end, but Odom is there to meet him, as is Kobe Bryant. A rejection by Turiev inside.
What 2 great defensive plays by the Lakers on Sean Marion. Sent 2 shots at the basket. Point-blank opportunities right back at him. Turiev, this guy's got some energy.
He hasn't played, but he travels inside. Turnover number 10 for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Sean Marion goes, watch Kobe Bryant from the backside here. Looked like he might have got a piece of it. Looked at me at the corner of the board. Odom might have got a little piece of it, and then Turiev gets the second one.
It's Sean Marion. Odom snares the loose ball. Dougie now has 9 rebounds with 5 points for the Lakers.
See, one of the weak areas of the Lakers going into this season was their big men, and all of a sudden you got Turioff, Kwame Brown playing well. They got a young kid named Andrew Bynum, who was their first-round pick at the number 10. The Lakers' future looks bright if these young kids will continue to develop. You put them with Lamar Odom. If Kwame continues to develop, Turioff and Bynum, they could be very dangerous here in the next couple seasons.
James Jones just picked up a Suns foul. Phoenix leading by 3. You're watching the playoffs on TNT.
By McDonald's. I'm loving it.
With the Phoenix Suns ahead by 3 points in Game 5 of this best-of-7 series. Before the game, Boris Diaw won the NBA's Most Improved Player Award. It was a special moment for Diaw, who's part of the first wave of French-born players to become stars in the NBA. And one of his closest friends on the team, one of his closest friends in the league, is Lakers rookie Ronny Turiaf. The two were roommates for 2 years together at the Academy INSEP in Paris, the same institution that produced Spurs guard Tony Parker. Diaw and Turiaf won the Under-18 European Championship together in 2000. Diaw says the two often sat in the room together as teenagers, dreaming about one day making it in the NBA. Turiaf says he told everyone that he could that his roommate was going to be a special player, and he's glad that he's finally getting to show it. Kevin?
Good story, David. Michael Pietrus, too, of the Golden State Warriors, is also part of that group, and inside it's Luke Walton. Walton just brings that certain something to the Lakers. Tonight, 9 points. There's Nash. Will find Raja Bell over Turiaf. Parker with the rebound.
And that special things he brings is a tremendous knowledge of the game. He knows how to play. He can pass. His shooting is improved. He gets down in that post. He's their best passer out of the post, probably other than Kobe Bryant.
It's Odom. Turiaf fouled inside. Jones draws the foul, and Turiaf comes up with his first playoff points in his career.
What a great story for this young guy to be playing, though, Kevin. The major heart surgery that he had, the great catch there in traffic. He kisses the ball off the glass. You can just tell this guy's got a lot of energy. That Gonzaga program's had some terrific players. Obviously, Adam Morrison will be heading to the NBA next year. We've had John Stockton, Dan Dickow. We've had a lot of guys go through that program. Coach Mark Few's done a terrific job there, and just to see him out there playing is very, very nice.
They gave the foul on Nash, who picks up his first. Turiaf, who had that open heart surgery July 26th, then played 9 games in the CBA as part of his rehab, and here he is in the NBA playoffs. And they need him because Kwame Brown is on the Laker bench with 3 personal fouls.
Well, the Suns need a 3-point shot here badly. Only 1 in the game, 1 of 7. They need someone to hit a big shot here. Get this crowd back into it.
They have gotten to the line more than LA. Thomas 3, just like you called. That is the first field goal dug for the Phoenix Suns in over 4 minutes.
This crowd feeds off their 3-point shooting. And when they don't shoot well, the energy goes out of this crowd. That's why it's so important for them to make shots.
It's Bryant around Bell and Diaw. Rebound by Sean Marion, who grabs just his third. Diaw and Nash and Thomas and Bell an open 3.
Feel the energy? Those shots are like lightning bolts to this crowd. They live on this. That's what they've done all season long. The number 1 3-point shooting team in the NBA at over 10 a game, 26 attempts. They average over 30 points a game from behind that 3-point line. Back-to-back threes have given them a 4-point lead, and Raja Bell and Kobe Bryant velcroed together as they have been for the first 4 games of this series.
Steve Nash said the Phoenix Suns, facing elimination, must find the killer instinct. We've all got to become fighters. Right now, they're punching hard.
Last time, she made you talk. This time, she'll leave you speechless.
Sorry.
The new season, Kira Sedgwick returns as the closer, coming this June only on TNT.
Phoenix Suns have led by as many as 10. Lakers came back to take a 2-point lead. Now we stand here with the Suns on top by 4. Moments ago at the end of the last play, Bryant, lower right hand portion of your screen with Bell. There was a double technical, and Doug, a lot of people might think that doesn't mean much, but it could have a lasting effect in the game.
Yeah, there's not going to be free throw shot with the double technical, but another one for either player, and they're ejected. So, yes, that's very important.
Marion is on Odom. Odom is out there with Walton and Parker. Terry off, and here is Kobe Bryant drawing the quick double. Marion jumping off Odom to take on Bryant. Walton inside around Diaw. And here come the Phoenix Suns, 3-on-4. Lakers get back. Marion had the shot altered by the defense of Odom.
That's 10 defensive rebounds by Lamar Odom already in this game.
Odom inside, finds Turioff, who finds 2 inside.
Oh, Turioff has come off that bench.
With Kwame Brown saddled with 3 early fouls. They went to Cook, now they go to Turioff, and Turioff fouled by Thomas for the second time. Roney has put in 5.
Well, that's what Lamar Odom can do. He can probe the defense. He's big enough to get inside. So Lamar Odom right now doesn't have a lot of points, only 5, but he has 4 assists and 10 defensive rebounds. The passion and the energy right now, this Laker team, what they're trying to do is just hang around, be there in the fourth quarter, and try to do what they did on Sunday, is steal the game.
Doug, couple things. The Phoenix bench +7 over the Laker bench, and Phoenix is +6 in 3-point shooting in terms of points over what the Lakers have put in. And Phoenix with the Thomas 3, make it a 2 right there, a 2 by Thomas. And Phoenix holding their own inside the paint.
You have to be impressed with Tim Thomas. This is a guy who played only 3 games all season long, sat around for 4 months. I mean, offensive foul on Odom as Sean Marion was standing his ground. Odom tried to come in from the weak side into the post, part of that triangle offense. And he bumps over Sean Marion. But how about Tim Thomas, what he's done for this team? I mean, he has 13 points off the bench, 5 of 8 shooting. I mean, without him, they would be in serious trouble right now.
Odom picks up his second. That was the first offensive foul of the game. Diaw against Parker. Foul goes on Smush Parker, who played 17 days with this Phoenix team last season.
This is what the Suns have to do. If the Lakers are going to switch those screen rolls and let Smush Parker play either Diaw in the post or Sean Marion or Thomas, they have to throw that ball down there and get something going to the basket. It can't be throw it down there and kick it out for a 3. They got to get points in the paint. Kevin, they did that in Game 4. They scored 52 points in the paint.
Friday, ESPN, Cavaliers, Wizards, Spurs, and Kings. ABC will have a doubleheader on Sunday.
That's the first free throw that the Suns have taken. They went into the penalty at the 7:02 mark, so they played almost 4.5 minutes without getting back there.
Kobe Bryant with 10.
I've never seen Roney Turioff play in person. This guy has got a huge upside. I mean, for him to be healthy, and again, you talk about Andrew Bynum, the 10th pick in the draft, who the Lakers have very, very high hopes for. You got a Kwame Brown over there who's still only 23 years old. Kobe Bryant, still a young guy at 27. Lamar Odom, still young. Vujacic, Walton. This Laker team, if those big guys can continue to develop, I mean, they could be something as the San Antonio Spurs start getting a little older. I mean, this Laker team could be something special.
Sean Marion picked up his second personal foul. It's been 22 months since the Lakers were last in the playoffs. That was the finals against Detroit a couple years ago. We talk about Turioff, 8 points on the second quarter. Diaw inside into Odom. Diaw gets his own miss and puts it up and in.
I like that. Don't quit on the play. You missed a shot. Go back strong. Boris Diaw once again filling up the stat sheet. 8 points, 5 assists, 6 rebounds. He's looking at a possible triple-double.
Bryant snapping it out to Walton for 3. Odom with an offensive rebound. And a fresh 24-second shot clock. Kobe is 4 of 7. to Odom. What a pass by Kobe Bryant.
Just stretched the defense completely out and found Odom for the layup.
Nash the other way. Nash only has 1 assist. He leads the playoffs in assists. Dion tried to corkscrew it up. Walton comes up with the loose ball.
That's okay, though. Once again, they switched. He had Smush Parker in the lane. Take that ball to the front of the rim.
LA is +5 in rebounding. They've averaged 9 more rebounds a game in this playoff series. Have the Lakers over the Suns. Parker. Rebound by Thomas. Minute and a half to play in the half.
And an important minute and a half for the Suns. They have played well. They want to go in with the lead.
A miss by Diaw. That usually is reserved for Marion, and the pass from Nash and a Laker foul.
I am really impressed with Boris Diaw. Early in the year, I talked about him being, not finishing around the rim with any power, trying to flip that ball at the basket. We've seen him now go to the basket about 3 times to try to dunk the basketball. That's the next growth in him as a player. Don't flip that ball at the basket. Go there and get some free throws.
Odom picks up his third, and here is Diaw. His mom was one of the best centers in women's basketball in France, and his dad was a champion Singhalese high jump champion. We're talking about Diaw. Good numbers tonight. Good foul. Rajabel picks it up, number 2.
This is a matchup. Neither guy is going to give an inch. And you see Kobe there just trying to go backdoor. Rajabel got him locked up with that outside arm. That's 2 fouls on Rajabel. Is that what you said, Kev? 2. I think they got to be very careful here. I think Mark Ivaroni's talking to Mike D'Antoni. You do not want Bell to pick up his 3rd foul in this situation. You got a little bit of a lead. You might want to get him out of the game here.
Doug, it's interesting when you take a look at what Kobe Bryant is doing in these playoffs as opposed to what Bryant has done in past playoffs, how he has approached them.
Well, you know what? They lose game 1. Kobe did not have a great game, struggled, but you know what? Never has he made this a personal challenge in this series. It's been about team. And you know what's interesting? A guy wrote an article today in the LA paper, Bill Plaskey, said, without chasing greatness, Kobe Bryant greatness has found him in this series. I thought it was pretty interesting.
And then shortly after Bryant hit that game-tying, then eventual game-winning shot on Sunday, he went to the hospital in Orange County, and he and his wife, Vanessa, celebrated the birth of their 2nd daughter.
Yeah, what a 24 hours for Kobe Bryant. This is a man who's 3 championships, has some incredible moments.
There was a technical on Ronny Turiaf when he picks up the foul, of course.
Can you sense in this game the importance? I mean, the Lakers know they can close it out, and the Suns know that there is no room for error. They don't win tonight, it's going to be a long summer.
Diaw at the line. The Phoenix Suns 1 loss away from becoming the 5th number 2 seed to lose in the first round. That's in the recent history of the NBA playoffs, going back to this format, going back into the 60s and 70s. This format began with all these teams in the mid-80s.
And a 7 has never been beaten a 2 in a 7-game series. Those were all 5-game series.
Yes, good point.
Keep your eye now if Rajabel is going to guard Kobe Bryant. He cannot pick up his 3rd foul this last minute. He wants to be able to go into the second half with 4 fouls. This is a big minute for Rajabel and the Suns to not pick up that foul.
Diaw's got 13. That ties a game high with Thomas off the Phoenix bench. And there is a foul. And that is on Kobe Bryant, who picks up his 2nd foul tonight.
Well, he got his right arm up into the chest of Rajabel. I would love to just be able to come here and not even watch the game. Just watch these 2 guys go at one another. Kobe trying to get the ball there in that little area he loves, that little pinch post area, and Bell's fighting every inch of the way.
Nash to Dial rejected by Turioff, who picks up a Los Angeles Laker foul. That'll be the second on him.
I thought these guys were supposed to be friends, David Aldridge. I mean, he went up there and tried to take his head off on that block shot.
Guys, you know, it's funny. Steve Nash, at the end of the regular season, he said he loves the way Boris Diaw plays. But one thing he didn't love was that Boris Diaw was just a little too laissez-faire about things sometimes. A little too friendly. He wanted him to start concentrating, to start getting ready for the playoffs, to get a little edge to his game. And now you see the edge, I think, in these playoffs. And that's what Mike D'Antoni talked about this morning. He wants his team to be a little angry, to be a little upset about how Game 4 ended.
Well, how about Diaw's season? He has guarded everyone from the 7'6" Yao Ming to point guards and dug everything in between. When he came here, they listed him as a guard. And then with injuries to Stoudemire and Thomas, he's played center and he's played power forward.
Yeah, great substitution here by Mike D'Antoni. You're up 9, you get Rajabel out of the game, you bring in Barbosa, and you move Marion over right now to play against Kobe Bryant.
There are no fouls to give either way. This is Welton over Diaw, and picked up by Thomas. Boris Diaw has scored the last 11 points for the Phoenix Suns.
Chance to go in up here double digits with a score. What a big emotional lift this would be for the Suns.
There is a difference of 3 seconds, the game clock and the shot clock. Nash around George. And picked up by Kobe, who hurdles a defender. Double team and will not count. That takes us to halftime. A half in which the Suns led by as many as 10, and now lead by 9. The Lakers led by 2 with 5 minutes left, and the Suns closed the half on a 19-8 run, and their first halftime lead since Game 1, and ironically enough, they won Game 1.
Well, Kevin, more importantly, 56 points, a big boost. This has been a team struggling to get to 100. When they did, they won Game 1. When they have not won. And here's a big part of this, Tim Thomas with our David Aldridge.
The bench has struggled the last couple of games, but tonight, the bench gave you a huge lift.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we need. You know, with me getting hurt coming off the bench, you know, I feel as though, you know, myself, LB, E-House, you know, we can get it going. And, you know, tonight it's me. And, you know, we just got to keep pushing, you know, just to win this game.
You guys have done a much better job, I think, in the paint against them. You've done a much better job getting out and running. What's happened there?
I mean, you know, our back's up against the wall. I mean, and that you know, sums it up. I mean, we must win this game. So, I mean, we're coming out, you know, just leave it all on the court.
Mike D'Antoni said he wanted to see some edge and some anger tonight. Have you given it to him?
Definitely. I mean, you know, we got to do whatever it takes to win this basketball game. So, you know, right now we're in a good position, so hopefully, you know, we can finish it up.
Tim, thanks very much. Suns up by 9 at the half as we send it to our Atlanta studios and Ernie Johnson.
All right, thank you very much, D.A. Win or go home indeed. That is the storyline for the Phoenix Suns, trailing 3-1 in this series, but leading 56-47 at the break. It's the T-Mobile halftime report. Ernie Johnson, King of the Jet Smith, and Charles Barkley. We'll talk about this game in just a second, but let's talk first about the game we've been watching at the same time on NBA TV.
Hey.
Sacramento and San Antonio.
Let me tell you something. Buns and Wells. This has been the Buns and Wells show.
Yeah, well, earlier this was Brett Berry for 3, and then Manu Ginobili, who has struggled, taking it to the 10 right there. And so they go to the fourth quarter, 80-68. The San Antonio lead, they were down by 3 at the half. But this game was far.
And Ronald Tessel struggled early, started to heat up, probably hit 5 or 6 in a row. But y'all got to show some Buns and Wells highlight. This boy's been putting on the show all night.
Kevin Martin with the dunk, 87-83.
This guy was a one-man wrecking crew all night.
Bonzi, even from way out, ties the game at 91. 97-95. Tony Parker. Ginobili. Hey, you can start screaming his name again. He's back.
Well, you can't go after one game. He's got to keep doing it. He played very well tonight. And the best player in this series has been Bonzi Wells. That's who I'm going to be shouting out to. Bonzi! Because he has been unbelievable.
Bruce Bowen to Tim Duncan. Inside with a little floater. 107-98 is the count now with 27 seconds to play.
Bonzi got 40 points. Y'all couldn't get but one highlight?
These are all highlights late in the game. Bonzi had that bucket down the stretch, but he
actually had 2 baskets and a free throw.
Can't show everything. I guess we should start showing free throws.
You need to go upstairs to C-Feed and start cutting.
Yeah.
No, but you know what? We were sitting there watching that game in the green room. Bonzi was fantastic. You know, Ginobili played a lot better tonight, but, you know, Spurs, they got no answers for Bonzi. I thought they'd do a better job on the night. They talked about earlier today where he's going to play Robert Horry more, but Robert Horry cannot guard him. Let me tell you something. This is the Spurs are earning this series if they are able to come back and hold on.
109-98 as we see with 12 seconds to go, and so that will just about do it as San Antonio takes a 3-2 series lead here as Ginobili dribbles out the clock.
He played very well tonight. They did a better job of getting him out open in the open floor. Ran a lot of pick and rolls for him to get Ron Artest out of his job.
And so the San Antonio Spurs will go back to Sacramento, try to close this thing out at Arco against Ron Artest and company. When we come back, more highlights of a very busy night. The Dwayne Wade Show on any number of fronts tonight in Miami. We'll be back.
Welcome to the T-Mobile Halftime Report. T-Mobile, official wireless services partner of the NBA.
Back here on the T-Mobile Halftime Report, let's see what happened tonight in Miami. Gary Payton, Dwayne Wade, getting loose. Much better than the last time we saw him. They've put that behind them in team meeting yesterday. Ben Gordon with a teardrop. Yes, sir. Then Dwayne Wade. Look at this pass to Alonzo Mourning.
Ooh, good luck.
36-27, home team. Now here's where Wade hurts the hip. Blocked by Michael Sweetney.
Hard fall, good defensive play, just fell awkwardly.
Left hip contusion, x-rays negative. Sweetney going to work inside, but there's Shaq called for it.
This was a golden opportunity that they missed out on. When Shaq and Dwayne Wade is out of the game, but then they let him come back. By that time, they kept their composure in Miami and then pulled away.
After Wade came back, Miami outscored him 42-23. Chicago picked a terrible time to have a 17-point fourth quarter and shoot just 20% from the field, because that game was 61 apiece heading to the fourth quarter. 92-78, Miami beats Chicago to take a 3-2 lead. Here's Dwayne Wade.
This Game 6 is very important. I think, with a day in between games tomorrow, I'm sure I'll be sore, but I think with a lot of icing, I'm sure I'll be able to play. Except for like last year, I couldn't go at all. But I think I'll be able to be effective if I continue to, take my medicine the doctors give me and continue to ice it for the swelling won't get in there too bad.
Another year of the playoffs with Miami, another year of wondering what kind of shape Dwayne Wade will be in. Last year it was the finals, this time the first round. You will see that game 6 of that series on Thursday night here on TNT. Let's go to the game we're watching right now, Lakers and Phoenix. Suns must win this game to stay alive. Charles, what did you think of the first 24?
The Lakers need to be careful because the Suns kind of creeping back up to their tempo. And, when you're down 3-1, sometimes the other team has the home court. You got to win 2 times there. The Lakers got to be really careful because the Suns play on emotion. If they start getting their fast break going, I think it'll carry over into Game 6. So they better slow the tempo of the game down and don't just okay, we got Game 6 at home. Because if they get to running and gunning, their confidence is going to go through the roof. And people like I say, 2 of these games are in Phoenix.
56 points in the first half, which is their highest since 58 points in Game 1 of this series. Kenny?
Well, they're getting on a fast break, and it's funny thing, it's not Steve Nash or Sean Marion that's really getting it done. It's Boris Diaw, Barbosa, and Tim Thomas. Those are the guys who forced the tempo. They hit some long-range jump shots. Those were the guys who forced the tempo that Phoenix is accustomed to playing. So the second half, now you have to have the Nash and Marion show. Those are the 2 guys that now have to carry them because the Lakers are still in striking distance, and they still are able to slow you down particularly. So this is going to be interesting to see this half.
Sean, go ahead.
And the Lakers got to be careful now. It ain't like they've been just dominating this series. They've won they're up 3-1, but any of those games could have went the other way, even the one the Suns won.
Kobe Bryant, 11 points on 4 of 7. Sean Marion, 5 points. Steve Nash, 7 points, 2 assists, 1 assist, 2 rebounds, and
Why are you keeping up with that?
Well, hey, come on now. It has nothing to do with our fantasy game. It's just a fan in L.A. thinking it, might be over.
You ready? Let's go. 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name.
Back in Phoenix in the second quarter was a big one for the Phoenix Suns, outscoring Los Angeles by 7, Doug, and that has been a problem for the Suns in the first 4 games of this series. Not tonight, though.
Well, you could see the energy in that second quarter. Mike D'Antoni came right back with his starters a little bit about the 9-minute mark, understanding how important it was to have a lead. And actually it was Boris Diaw and Tim Thomas who led the way. So if you're the Suns, you have to feel pretty good that Sean Marion and Steve Nash had quiet halves, and you still have a 9-point lead in this game.
Let's take a look at some of the numbers from that first half in our Chrysler game summary. You see the shooting. Lakers have been over 50% for a good part of the game. They've only hit 1 3. Plus 7 points at the line for the Suns over the Lakers.
Well, now they make about 15 normally a game during the regular season. Remember, in game 1 they made 32. Tonight 17. That was the difference in game 1. Bench points, a big number. They won the bench in game 1. That's the only game they've won the bench, and tonight that's a good sign. Now for the Lakers, they have 12 turnovers, but the Suns only have 2 more points off turnovers than the Lakers. So, I mean, the Suns are going to have to capitalize on those forced turnovers. And, Kevin, this is the guy who's been very quiet this first half, but it's sort of what he's done this entire series. You can see his first half numbers. Tonight he's 2 of 9, only has 3 rebounds, and has not had a great first half, but he's played well in the second half. Look, almost 12 points, shooting 54% and about 4 rebounds. They need him to have the kind of second half he had in game 4. We had 14 points and 7 rebounds. He and Nash kick it in, and I think they're in a pretty good position maybe to see a game 6 in the Staples Center.
David Aldridge, what do you have?
Scott, you got me?
Yeah, we've got you. Go right ahead. You can call me Kevin if you want to, but go right ahead anyway.
I got...
You're on the air. David, you are on the air. Go ahead.
Sorry.
You can call me Scott. Just don't call me late for dinner. Go right. It's all yours, big fella.
Well, guys, it's all about the offense for the Lakers at halftime as opposed to their defense. Assistant coach Kurt Rambis said that the team is not executing its offense the way that it has in the first 4 guys, and the guys are confused about how to move the ball around. The other problem, obviously, was they put Phoenix in the penalty much too early. He said, we've got to take away some of the tendencies of these guys. We know them through 5 games. Kevin.
Thank you, David. Kwame Brown begins the second half for the Los Angeles Lakers. This is a 3-ball by Bryant. And Brown, who has started the game 4 of 4 now, in 11 minutes has 8 points and the offensive rebound. His first field goal since 2:13 of the first quarter.
Well, he and Turiaf have 16 points combined. They're helping keep the Lakers involved.
It's Nash to Jones. And Jones with an offensive rebound and then a follow with 2.
That's his 6th rebound of the game. Remember, he hit the first 2 shots of the game, the 2 and then the long 3 to help to get the Suns off to a 7-0 start.
Here's Odom, who's collected 11 rebounds already. Walton, nice feed inside. What a pass by Walton to Brown.
That's what the double teaming does. He gives Kwame Brown wide open dunks underneath the basket. Now he has 4 layups in the game. Those are easy baskets, and the Suns have to double that post.
It's a 3 by Sean Marion. Kept alive by Jones, and Bell a 3. Walton another offensive rebound. Or defensive rebound, excuse me. Here comes Kobe Bryant. Lakers plus 4 in rebounding so far in the game. Walton against Jones. Marion there to grab it. Alley-oop. It went from Diaw to Marion, Diaw to Bell. A screen by Diaw.
This possession sort of looks like the Keystone Cops.
It does. It's Bell for 2.
You can could tell nothing good was going to come out of that. They had 3 shaky passes, and they've come out of here now to start this third quarter not with any kind of rhythm, only a tip-in by James Jones off his own missed shot.
The Suns facing elimination if they don't win tonight. Kwame Brown, who has not missed from the field. That's a shove and a foul. Diaw was defending. Diaw was tagged with his first personal foul.
So I'm sure the Suns are looking at this box score and said Kwame Brown and Turioff are both combined. They have 18 points on 7 of 7 field goals. You'd expect it to be Lamar Odom and obviously Kobe Bryant. It looks like they're trying to go right back into that post. Remember we talked to Phil Jackson today. He said, I thought we got away from going into the post in Game 4. We got away from that, and it almost cost us the game. We have to keep throwing the ball down on the block.
Well, and he's come out from the opening game, as Jackson said, we want to pound it inside, rebound, and control the tempo. They've been successful in all those endeavors. Kwame Brown inside, that's an offensive foul. Wipe away the 2. Will not count. Brown picks up his 4th personal foul. Dave, what do you have?
Well, guys, just to recap Kwame Brown's day, unfortunately for him, he's got 4 fouls in this game. And earlier, the Los Angeles Police Department this afternoon announced that it was investigating an alleged sexual assault against Brown that took place last Saturday. Brown, in a statement, denied the allegations, but said he would have no further comment, Kevin.
James Jones for 3. Walton with the rebound. It's Smush Parker driving inside. He is 0 of 6, had a horrible Game 4 until the very end. So Parker has scored 2 points and gone 0 of 6 for the Los Angeles Lakers. Here's Nash with 7. And he'll float in for 2.
Well, he just feels those little creases in the lane, goes in for that little flip shot. Jumps about 2 inches off the floor when he gets those layups. It's amazing to get all those shots off.
Bell draws a double. Looking for Brown. Picked off by Diaw. Turnover number 14 for the Los Angeles Lakers.
The Suns have to take advantage of those, Kevin. They have not in the first half.
That's a good point.
Nash probing. He has Kwame Brown on him now. Somebody's got a mismatch.
It's Bell inside. Bryant followed him in. And the personal foul will go on Kobe Bryant. He's got 3.
That's where Kwame Brown has got to slide over and help into that lane. And he's already picked up 4 fouls, so I'm sure he did not want to get a 5th. But Raja Bell, with his toughness, he's going right to that rim. Kobe Bryant picks up his 3rd. He has only 11 points and still striking distance, though, Kevin. If you're Phoenix, you cannot blink in this game, because you know how capable the Lakers are in going on a big run.
You don't have to look far where Bell received his toughness. It came from his dad, who played football at Morehouse State. Bell plays a football-type game with his defense for the Phoenix Suns.
And he got out of that first half with only 2 fouls, which I thought was very important.
Kobe.
Just a master using that body, getting in the lane, contorting himself. And he still has the ability to get his eye on that target and finish with a soft shot.
13 for Bryant, game high 15 for Diaw. Nash throwing inside. Parker with the bear hug on Diaw. And Parker picks up number 2.
The Suns are doing a better job at getting the ball inside on the switches. They started in Game 4 in the second half doing that. Tonight there was again another switch. Parker gets caught on Diaw. Kwame Brown was on Steve Nash. Nash pulled the ball out and got the ball inside to get the foul.
Devin George will check in for Smush Parker, who went 2 of 12 from the field in Game 4, is 0 of 6 tonight. Nash, how did he get that inside to Diaw, and it's kicked outside by Marion.
We're going to start calling him second half Sean here if he keeps this up, but all of those so needed. Sean Marion's confidence wavers on occasion. He needs that ball to go in the basket.
The Suns now have their biggest lead of the game. Walton. Kwame Brown. And a foul. Diaw was defending. Diaw is tagged with his 2nd personal.
This all started with Sean Marion. The Nash pass and Dial kicks it out. That's his 6th assist of the night, and there's Sean Marion. Again, you see him pumping his fist. This guy's a terrific player, but when he struggles a little bit, he wavers a little bit with his confidence. He needs good results, and Kwame Brown going to the line has not missed a shot tonight.
Kwame Brown in the playoffs versus the regular season, averaging 6 more points in these playoffs. He's been a recipient of Kobe's unselfish play.
And what also happened is when Chris Mim got hurt, he moved into the starting center position, started the last 18 games, and in that 18-game stretch actually averaged what he's averaging now, about 12 points and about 7+ rebounds. So he's been doing this now for about 20 games.
It's a Bell 3.
Inside, outside. That's the way you get the threes. Dribble penetration, kick it in, kick it out.
Now the Phoenix Suns are plus 12 points from the three-point line. Lakers have their largest deficit of the series. Down by 15. Kobe splits the double. To Brown.
He just draws so many people. When Kobe Bryant and Odom, when you're chasing them all over the floor, that means you're playing 4-on-3 basketball if you're the Lakers, and they're getting inside and they're taking advantage of that.
Doug, the question becomes for Kobe, and maybe he's already answered that in these playoffs, can he stay disciplined and stay the way he's been, as opposed to when they're down and feeling he's got to score more, as Marion belts in a 2.
I think you're seeing that Kobe's having a lot of fun playing like this, as long as the team is getting results. But if those other role players start missing shots, he'll be more inclined to start taking more shots.
Devin George over Nash. Rebound by Jones. Now the Suns trail Los Angeles and rebounding by only 3.
Nash got hung in the air. He's done that about twice tonight.
Nash has turned it over 4 times. George for 3.
Well, he had 3 big threes in the fourth quarter the other night. Here's Marion once again on that run out.
Marion is 4 of 13.
Much more active, though, looking for a shot. He's had a couple field goals, couple rebounds. Look at Nash with a little up and under.
We have the mismatch on Kwame Brown.
Well, Kwame Brown's got to get in space, and when he goes up to shoot it, just get a hand up. That was a great move by Steve Nash. He just locked up Kwame Brown.
A lot of coaches may call a timeout in this situation, but Phil Jackson feels he wants his team to work through the problem.
Yeah, he likes to find the solution yourself out there. I don't want to be the security blanket all the time. Stepping out of bounds, Luke Walton right now. Lakers losing a little of their composure. Steve Nash, he and Sean Marion, remember they had the quiet halves, not here in the second half. Nash with a nice little drive. Marion's hit a couple field goals, and the Suns have pushed this lead to 17.
The 2006 NBA playoffs on TNT. Brought to you by Chrysler. Inspiration comes standard. And by Miller. Good call.
The Phoenix Suns show how they care about their community. As earlier today, Amari Stoudemire visited the Martin Luther King Jr. Elementary School in Phoenix to deliver over 1,000 books as part of the team's Read to Achieve program. Stoudemire also visited classrooms to distribute bookmarks and pencils while discussing the importance of reading. NBA cares, continuing a tradition of basketball and service to the community. With Doug Collins and David Aldridge, Kevin Harlan, the Suns, Doug, closed out the first half on a 19-8 run. They had started the second half on a 17-9 blitz.
So by my math, that's 36-17 plus 19, and we're sitting about right there right now, Kevin. Vujacic in the game here.
Vujacic is checked in, but Nash blows right by him, and Steve Nash has been on a tear. Almost half his points have come in the opening minutes of this second half. 6 of his 13 have come in the third.
We talked about he and Sean Marion picking up their play in the second half. Here's Kobe Bryant. Now it'll be very interesting if Kobe tries to go to work to make up this disadvantage. They're down 19, 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go. They put in Cook to be a shooter out there with Lamar Odom, Vujicic, and Devin George. So they've gone to a smaller lineup. Kwame Brown is out of the game now, so look for them, for Kobe and Lamar Odom to try to go to work here and maybe free up some of their shooters.
Bell has picked up his third personal foul. One of the great lines of these playoffs came from Lamar Odom, who was talking about Kobe Brown. He said, Kobe is like smelling salts for our team. He's reinvented himself and thus reinvented us.
I sort of feel that way about you, Kevin.
Coach,
I mean, you're like smelling salts.
That's the nicest thing you've ever
I'm
said.
telling you.
Here comes Nash. You talk about smelling salts. What about Nash? He'll wake you up. He's got the mismatch on Cook.
Well, he's getting to the rim almost every time now. There's no shot blocking out there for the Lakers. The Suns should recognize that and keep getting that ball to the basket. Here's Kobe getting hung in the air.
That is the 16th Los Angeles Laker turnover. But Phoenix has not cashed in as much as you think. Here's Jones, Nash,
They're making the extra pass. Look at him, Kevin.
And that's what Mike D'Antoni said they had not been doing, but they are doing it tonight. What a pass by Boris Diaw to Sean Marion.
The ball is moving tonight. As a result, the Lakers can't load up.
Marion was 7 of his 12 in this third. It's Odom inside from point-blank range with the miss. Diaw for Marion. What a play!
See what I'm talking about? Kobe's really going to work right now. His team is down 21. I think feeling the need to try to rescue them. And the Suns are loading up on him. He's going to have to continue to move that ball. But Boris Diaw, the powerful finish. The play before, he had an offensive rebound. He found his partner, Sean Marion. Suns on a 23-11 run, and they lead by 21.
For tonight's In the City, presented by Dodge, our all-new 2007 Caliber is cruising through the streets of Phoenix, heading for U.S. Airways Arena, and then refueling and maybe heading to L.A. The Lakers have done, Doug, such a great job in this series in slowing the game down. But second chance points, one of the vehicles they've used to slow it down, has not been one of the best things they've done tonight.
And points in the paint, the Suns have 34. Remember, in game 4, they had 52. Actually outscored the Lakers 52-42 in that game. Tonight, they are +2. If they're even points in the paint and they're +12 at the three-point line, they're in pretty good shape.
Lakers getting outscored in second chance points by 9. Here is Lamar Odom forcing the issue off Tim Thomas. Also, the Lakers only have 3 offensive rebounds.
Right now, all signs point to a Suns victory from the standpoint they're shooting over 45%. They're on pace to get 100 points. They're doing a good job on second chance, points off turnovers. Those are all areas that they fed off all season.
That is a shot by Cook. The assist to Odom. The Lakers break a field goal drought of almost 4 minutes. A drive inside by Marion. Picked up. And here comes Kobe. 5 of 9, 15 points in 32 minutes. Knocked away some nice Phoenix defense.
Well, Kobe's really going to try to go to work now to score. You know the Suns are going to load up and try to keep him from getting off. There's that patented Sean Marion dunk. He made a great play. The play before just didn't get the finish. But Marion and Nash going to work in the second half after Diaw and Thomas carried him in the first half.
4 of the 5 Phoenix starters are in double figures, and the guy they have been starting, Tim Thomas, off the bench with 13. The slashing move by Lamar Odom.
weighs a handful, 6'10", lefty, tough to play. Got 30 pounds on Marion, probably 2 or 3 inches.
Minute and a half to play in this third quarter. Quarter where the Phoenix Suns have blown the game open against Vujicic. So easy.
It's like in your backyard. It's when you're out playing by yourself and you're imagining playing against an NBA player. I mean, he's flipped it at the basket. He's had all kinds of situations tonight. I think they've called a technical foul on Vujicic here for throwing the ball against the backboard.
There was a delay of game on the Lakers, yes. Delay of game, which is a second delay of game, which you're right, Doug. It is a technical.
Look at Nash. He's having fun now. I tell you, the best scenario for the Phoenix Suns here tonight is for them to keep the pedal to the metal, get to the 6-minute mark, let Nash play all the way through, and when you take him out of the game, don't have to bring him back. That would be the best of all scenarios, so you don't have to sit him down and worry about his back tightening him up. So you have to play him until you think this game is over tonight.
And then in the big picture, Doug, recapture what has made you the #1 scoring team as Cook nails a 3. Recapture what has made you the #1 fast break team, #1 scoring team, #1 shooting team, #1 3-point shooting team in the NBA this season. It's Nash. Marion, 3. Bryant, the rebound. LA is +2 in rebounding tonight. Kobe with a 3 ball.
They better not let up. I mean, those threes start piling up on you. Brian Cook hit a long one. Now it's Kobe Bryant, so that lead now back to 16.
You thought that the Phoenix Suns had to have a double-digit point lead in 3-point shots tonight. Right now, they're +6 points. Nash. Odom with the rebound. He's collected 13 rebounds. Has Lamar Odom with 9 points. A second separates the game clock and the shot clock. As the Lakers, Doug, are on a 6-0 run. And both teams have a foul to give. Kobe. Off Barbosa, off the Suns, a second to play in the third.
Well, I do not let Kobe Bryant catch this ball. I put 2 guys on him. I do not give him a chance to get a shot off. Make one of those other players shoot the ball. You know he's going to try to get his hands on this ball and hit a 3 here right as the time's winding down.
Bryant. That takes us to the fourth quarter. The Suns were beginning to run away, but then a little run by the Lakers at the end of the third brings it closer. Phoenix facing elimination on top at the end of 3, 84-68. You're watching the playoffs on TNT.
Well, the Suns lead here going into the fourth period, and it's been pick-and-roll basketball. Now, Kwame Brown is supposed to step up and switch on this play, late getting there, and Steve Nash just waltzes to the lane and lays the ball in the basket. And this is what the Suns did in the third period. They made the extra pass. A great little pick-and-roll to DL underneath the basket. He kicks it out to Sean Marion in the corner. 6 assists in that quarter for the Phoenix Suns. They've only had 1 turnover in their last 20 minutes. More importantly, look at the pace of this game. They have 27 points, 29 and 28. They've won all 3 quarters. If I'm Mike D'Antoni, I said I need 6 strong minutes. Right now, do not let the Lakers have a little surge to start this fourth period so that we can put this thing to bed tonight and head to Los Angeles tomorrow for a Game 6 on Thursday night.
Suns led by 2 at the end of 1. Phoenix led by 9 at halftime. They take a 16-point lead into the fourth quarter. David Aldridge is manning the sidelines with Doug Collins and our entire TNT crew. Kevin Harlan and Phoenix were in the fourth.
Watch the lob for Marion. They love to run lobs out of timeouts.
Nash for 3. And picked up as Odom was dragged down, but no call. And here comes Kobe Bryant. And Kobe in the game with 18 points. That is a game high. Vujicic begins the fourth. Jim Jackson, the former Sun, is in the game. Brian Cook is in the game. So a lot of shooters out there for Los Angeles.
Well, they're going to spread the floor. They're going to work it through the post with Kobe. Vujicic has not had his shot going tonight. In fact, I think it's his first attempt on the night, Kevin. He's not attempted a shot. until he played 12 minutes.
He was 8 of 11 coming into tonight from three-point territory. Dial the miss. And a 14th rebound by Lamar Odom. Screen by Cook. Kobe across the lane.
He just scissored through 3 people.
14-point game.
Suns do not want this lead to get under double digits.
Red Jackson back there. It was a defensive switch. Lakers are on an 8-0 run, drifting back to the previous quarter.
Little screen roll. He sees Diaw. He crossed him over. Then he steps through Barbosa. A little reverse layup. In the scorebook, like that looks like an easy 2 points. But what he had to do to get there, tremendous ball handling.
Nash, good screen by Diaw. Who blows by Cook in a foul.
I really like the way Diaw's playing. Kevin, as this series is going on, he's getting more and more and more aggressive. And see, they need him to play well because other than Steve Nash, they don't have a guy on their team that creates shots. Remember last year, they had Joe Johnson, so he could create shots along with Nash. Barbosa last year when he was on the floor. Now they need Diaw to be able to step in that situation so he can take some pressure off Nash, have to try to make all the plays.
Suns have now hit 15 consecutive free throws. Log on to TNT Overtime Playoffs 06 on NBA.com or AOL.com/NBA. See what Kenny, Charles, EJ, and our own Doug Collins have to say about the playoffs. 10.5 to play. We're in the fourth. Suns by 16 points.
Well, the lead has not changed, and there's a minute and a half off the clock. That's all positive for Phoenix.
Odom and Bryant. That's a foul. Ooh, Kobe got something in the face of Bell. Whether it was a shoulder or an elbow, it was sharp.
You have to be willing to take a pounding when you play against Kobe Bryant, some of these players. Well, let's watch here to see if he gets him with an elbow. Right there, a left elbow gets up in the face. Remember now, Kobe and Raja Bell both have technicals as Kobe knocks that 3 down. So neither one can get a technical or they'll be ejected.
Kobe's got 23. And kicked out of bounds by Vujacic. The Phoenix Suns, who had seemingly lost the components that made them so dangerous, their running, their fast-paced offense, looks like they've recaptured a lot of that tonight.
Well, a big part of it is they forced turnovers. They did not force turnovers in the losses. Tonight, they have forced 17 turnovers. They have 15 points off turnovers. That's a big stat for the Phoenix Suns. It gives them some extra shots. That's why tonight they have taken 65 shots at the basket.
The Los Angeles Lakers fighting their way back, chiseling their way at that huge Phoenix lead. They're on an 11-2 run early in the fourth. Phoenix Suns on top 86-73. There were 4 Game 5s tonight in the NBA playoff picture. The home team won the first 3, and included there was San Antonio's win over the Sacramento Kings.
How about Aaron McKee in the game here for the first time tonight? We have not seen him.
No, in these playoffs.
Gives him a lot of experience. Remember, he had some great years with the Philadelphia 76ers playing with Allen Iverson and Eric Snow.
A one-time Phoenix lead of 22 points is down to 13 in the last 3 minutes and 15 seconds. Nash for 3.
Huge. See, when you switch, Steve's got to make a decision. Either go quickly and go around the guy or pull up and shoot the ball so you don't get stagnant. That was a big shot to push the lead back to 16, where we started to start the fourth period.
Ryan Cook is picked up by Diaw. Here's Kobe Bryant, who's got 25.
It's going to be a big quarter for Kobe. He's got his scoring shoes on right now.
Barbosa can't get it, but Marion does. Another great pass from Steve Nash. Marion's got 16, 11 have come in the half. Remember, it was Marion with 14 points and 7 rebounds in the second half of Game 4 in L.A. on Sunday. And a foul goes on Diao, number 3 on him.
But if this does go to a Game 6, Sean Marion cannot have a quiet first half. He's going to have the total game. 2 for 9 in the first half. We pointed that out. Come to life here. Going to the basket. He's hit a couple shots. He's dunked the ball. He's got an offensive rebound. Activity is how Sean Marion scores his points for this team. Running the floor. And Lamar Odom has taken a lot of that out of him because he's had to fight him down in that post area this whole series.
Kwame Brown checks back in the game, and leaving is Cook. Kwame has played in foul trouble all night long. He's currently got 4 with 13 points and a 6 of 6 night from the field. Lamar Odom is 3 of 4. The Suns are still +6 in points scored at the free throw line over Los Angeles. Nash against Brown. Mismatch which Steve has exploited time and time again tonight. Diao, Nash, rotating to Bell for 3. Kwame Brown collects his 3rd rebound.
Good defensive sequence that time by the Lakers.
Lamar Odom. That's a 3-second, defensive 3-second inside. That's against the Suns, a technical shot and possession coming up.
Now, if you're Mike D'Antoni, you're looking up that clock right now, and you're saying it's 14. Let's just play running time here the rest of the game. Let's not stop the clock, because when you're leading, it seems like that clock will not run down. Kobe Bryant does miss.
5 of 7 now, Bryant from the line. Lakers are 15 of 19. The Suns 21 of 24. So Phoenix has taken 5 more free throws than Los Angeles in this Game 5.
And the Suns are shooting 91% at the line in the playoffs.
It's Lamar Odom working on Diao, who knocks away the shot. Shot clock is at 6. Odom, big shot.
He worked hard for that one.
I don't know if Nash is going to sit this entire second half.
He's not going to go out until the game is over. And if the Lakers keep making a push, Mike D'Antoni cannot take a chance on his back locking up like it did on Sunday.
Which means that Nash would play over 40 minutes. Diao open.
If he starts making that shot consistently, he's going to be an all-star, because the only thing really that has separated him is his trust to be able to pull up and shoot that shot and not feel like he has to drive that ball always to the basket.
It's Odom again, who's got a double-double with 13 points and 14 rebounds. Jackson looking for Brown, broken up by Marion. Out of bounds it goes on the deflection. Shot clock is at 24.
The Suns have to scramble so much on defense because, Kevin, again, they're double-teaming Odom and they're double-teaming Kobe Bryant. That leaves these other guys out there to get point-blank shots. That's why Kwame Brown has 6 for 6 from the floor.
Doug, you wonder if we would be at this point with the Lakers up 3-1 if Phoenix had a healthy Kurt Thomas.
Now, Kurt Thomas, and how about Amari Stoudemire? They talk about how small the front line is. Well, that's not by plan by the Phoenix Suns, I can tell you that. That's by injury. But this is tailor-made for Kurt Thomas. This is a half-court series. And he would have matched up against Kwame Brown and caused him more problems inside.
Bryant dance. Oh my gosh! Bell just clothesline Bryant.
That was because he felt that Kobe had gotten him with an elbow earlier in the game. This is important now. Raja Bell cannot get tossed. Did they throw him out? Did they call a flagrant 2 on that?
That's the discussion right now.
If that's a flagrant 2, he's out of here. Who's going to guard Kobe the rest of the game? Yeah, he's thrown out. He's thrown out of the game.
He had a technical before. Double T, in fact, with Kobe Bryant. Bell is gone.
That was totally unnecessary by Raja Bell right now. He is too important to this team to make that play at this time. Now Kobe's going to go to the line, and what you've done is you've energized the Lakers, and you've taken your only guy to guard Kobe Bryant into the locker room with 7.5 minutes to go. No play on the ball, just goes to the throat. And he's got to be concerned about a possible suspension in Game 6. Because remember now, Haslam was suspended for throwing his mouthpiece at a referee. And you also had, remember, Posey on the foul against Heinrich. So the Suns have got to hold their breath. But if there's a Game 6 that Raja Bell does not face a suspension, that is not the time to make a play like that. It's a 13-point game, 7.5 minutes to go. Now you have to have Barbosa guard Kobe.
Oh, Kobe Bryant from outside. And now Bryant's got 26 points. Make it 29 for Bryant. And here is Nash at the other end, and that will trickle in.
And now you got Barbosa guarding Kobe. Cannot handle him. Strength, size, quickness.
James Jones has also come in inside to Odom, working around Marion.
Now you got to really scramble out there to really give Barbosa so much more help. If the Suns win this game, it will not be defensively. They're going to have to win it offensively.
Nash with the mismatch on Kwame Brown. Now Bryant comes back over. And McKee watches Barbosa. And now Dion. Shot clock is at 4. Barbosa for 3.
Boy, they need Barbosa. He has been the guy off the bench all season long.
It's Kobe for 3 at the other end. Rebound by James Jones.
Suns got to keep pushing the tempo. They do not want to get in a half-court game. Kobe Bryant now guarding Steve Nash, trying to calm him down.
Barbosa's 3 moments ago. The first second half bench points by Phoenix. It's a 3 by Marion. They're coming back, and now, Doug, the Phoenix Suns are plus 9 points above the three-point arc.
They've done it all season long, Kevin. I said a while ago, if they're going to win it, they're not going to win it with their defense. They're going to have to shoot this one out and then hold their breath that they can get into Game 6 and that the league won't take any action against Raja Bell on that foul against Kobe Bryant.
Timeout.
Sandwich, I'm loving it. By Kingsford Charcoal. With new Surefire grooves, the grill's never been ready faster. And by T-Mobile, official partner of the NBA playoffs.
Raja Bell has just been ejected for the Phoenix Suns. He's been guarding Kobe Bryant all night. At the other end, Bryant has guarded Bell, and it's been this kind of a feisty attitude between the two all series, and christened again tonight in Game 5.
Well, neither guy's going to give an inch. Raja Bell's in them. You see Kobe with an elbow, a little shove off. He gets his arm up in his face, and then this is the drive when he was thrown out of the game. And again, the Phoenix Suns, if they can go on and win this game, they're going to have to hold their collective breaths that Raja Bell will be around to play in Game 6.
The Suns had a big lead of 22. The Lakers cut it to 10. Suns have scored the last 6. Suns only have 1 turnover the last 26 minutes. Kobe Bryant's got 29. Here is Jackson with the travel. David, what do you have?
Well, guys, Mike D'Antoni talked about this very thing this morning with Raja Bell. He said that Raja Bell had to play close to the edge with a lot of emotion, but that he could not go over the edge. That he had to play with some composure. And clearly we saw him lose his composure on that hard foul. And you've got to think the league is going to look really hard at that in terms of a suspension for Game 6.
Barbosa sailing in, but Mike D'Antoni also said we've all got to become fighters. And Nash has said we need a killer instinct. So they felt they had to play, like David says, on the edge, but obviously Bell crushed it. McKee, Jackson. And picked up by Dial. The Phoenix Suns are on an 8-0 run. Dial to Marion. Dial.
Activity. Just quickness to the ball. Both Dial and Marion. This lead is back to 20.
How good is Game 6 going to be on Thursday?
Now watch Sean Marion miss this. Look how quick he is off his feet. And then here comes Diaw, who has been terrific tonight. Boris Diaw, 23 points. I don't know how many rebounds. That 10 rebounds, 8 assists. Marion has come to life in the second half. He has 19. Nash was quiet in the first half. He has 21. Those guys have been terrific here all night long.
Jones picked up his second personal foul. Phoenix is on a 10-0 run. Here is McKee. Kwame Brown has gone 6 of 6. An elbow and offensive foul.
Kwame has got to realize that these guys are not going to block his shot. So when he turns in there, he can't dip that shoulder. He's got 2 offensive fouls tonight. And it's a shame, Kevin, because he was off to a terrific start, picked up those 3 fouls. But he has a 6 for 6 for 13 points, only 3 rebounds tonight, but foul troubles have kept him on the bench.
Lakers have their 19th turnover. That is a series high against the Phoenix Suns. Barbosa to Diaw, guarded by Brown.
Boris Diaw wheeling and dealing in the post now. This guy's got it all working. How much more are we going to see Nash on the floor? 4 minutes, up 22, maybe 1 more minute, and I think you're going to see Mike D'Antoni get him out of the ball game.
Diaw with the Phoenix high 25. 8 have been put in this fourth quarter. Here is Lamar Odom with the double-double, 15 points and 14 rebounds. Nash, Barbosa, Kobe's on Nash.
Look at that ball movement. It's the best it's been the entire series. Penetrating, making the extra pass.
Lakers had won 3 straight games coming into tonight. By 6, 7, and by a single point in overtime Sunday. Kobe, that was pushed down by James Jones.
Kobe Bryant's over talking to Leon Wood right now, giving him an earful. And Kobe's just been thrown out for talking to Leon Wood, so he's gone. Game 6 is being set up here for some kind of emotional night in the Staples Center.
That is Kobe Bryant's second technical foul.
Remember I told you earlier the double technical? People say, well, it's just sort of offsetting. This is an ejection for Kobe. If I'm Mike D'Antoni, Steve Nash shoots these free throws, I get him out of the game. I don't want anything to happen to my star player right now. This game is getting all kinds of chippiness in it. I'd call a timeout and I'd get him off the floor because I don't think you can substitute here. See, Kobe was upset that he thought that Kwame Brown got pulled down by James Jones. Watch this now. They pulled Kwame down right there, and he went over and said an earful to Leon Wood, standing up for Kwame Brown there as he felt like Kwame got a hard foul from James Jones. And there goes Steve Nash out of the ball game. That's a great substitution by Mike D'Antoni to get Eddie House into the ball game.
Nash leaves with 22 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. Steve had some early turnover problems. He had 4 for the game. Kwame Brown at the free throw line, 3:11 to play.
It is going to be some kind of night. Game 6. Can this young Laker team, really the only playoff experience is Kobe Bryant, can they win Game 6 and finish this series and face the Los Angeles Clippers in the next round, Kevin? Or can the Suns find a way to break through and push it back to a Game 7?
That free throw by Brown breaks a 13-0 Phoenix Suns run.
How good has Boris Diaw been tonight? He's 1 assist shy of a triple-double.
And he's had one before against the Lakers.
He's had 4 all season long.
All season long, exactly. Odom. Something has fallen on the floor.
That's a towel. Looks like somebody threw a...
No, you know what, Doug? It came out of the rafters.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, I wonder if that gorilla is up there.
Oh, they shoot those up between timeouts. They got stuck up there. So
sometimes the gorilla will climb the catwalk and drop them on the fans. Maybe LA threw in the towel.
Well, it was an orange one.
White, orange, it doesn't matter.
But you know what? All said and done, they've got the home court. That's what they worked for. They've got the home court in Game 6. It's on them to defend it and move on.
It's James Jones.
Boy, he's had a nice game as well. Rebounding, he's got 9 rebounds. Remember, Kevin, he had his first 2 shots. He has 9 points, 9 rebounds.
Well, 7 times teams have come back from 3-1 deficits. That's rejected by Marion. Walton on the floor. Here is Odom over James Jones, and a rebound by Odom. The collapse inside. Teams, Doug, coming back from 3-1 down. 7 times it's happened. Recently, the Pistons did it to Orlando in 2003. Miami in 97 beat the Knicks. And Houston took care of the Phoenix Suns in 95. As Phil Jackson said, 1 win just sets this thing back on edge. Well, folks, we are on the edge. The NBA playoffs continue tomorrow night on TNT. Detroit hosting Milwaukee Game 5, while Gilbert Arenas and the Wizards take on LeBron and the Cavs. And also as a Game 5 coverage begins at 6 o'clock Eastern Time.
Kevin, let's put the bow on this game here tonight. What did Phoenix have to do? Could they do these things to win the game tonight? We talked about early. Can they score 100? Yes. They've scored 100 twice in this series. They're 2-0. +9 at the three-point line. Can they hold their own in the paint? They're actually +4 with 6 more offensive rebounds. Can they channel the emotions and close the game? Well, you know what? They've closed the game. And for Phoenix, they have to hope that the emotions of Raja Bell on that flagrant foul where he was ejected on Kobe Bryant will not cost him a Game 6.
Doug, the Suns have been very, very careful with the basketball in the second half. Only 1 turnover for Phoenix in the third and fourth quarters so far. None in the last 16 minutes. Nicholas Gidishvili is in the game for the first time for the Phoenix Suns. And he is out there with Barbosa and House. Burke is out there for Phoenix and James Jones. Timeout taken by Los Angeles. Vujicic and Parker, Turioff along with Walton and Devin George. The game for Boris Diaw, playoff career high 25 tonight. Friday on ESPN, it's Cleveland at Washington Game 6. Also San Antonio and Sacramento Game 6. And ABC will have a doubleheader on Sunday. The teams to be determined.
There's been some amazing stories and so much happened in the first round. Kevin, I'm not so sure I can remember a first round that has had so many twists and turns and so many different plots.
I agree.
You know, tonight it looked like Dwayne Wade was hurt in that first game. Miami could have been on the ropes. They were down 5 in the third quarter. He comes back, helps lead them to a big win. The Suns bounce back tonight. You had Sacramento hanging tough with San Antonio. Ginobili finding his game tonight after 2 tough games in Sacramento. They go back up 3-2. Be interesting to see Washington tomorrow at Cleveland. Can Washington win another one on the road?
Vujicic split the defense in a travel.
So Vujicic tonight, after a great first 4 games, does not have a field goal. Smush Parker does not have a field goal. So those 2 guys are scoreless tonight. Actually, Smush Parker has 2 free throws. Excuse me, Kev.
Doug, both teams shot well tonight. Lakers 49%, the Suns 48% for the entire game.
Look at that, though. 84 field goal attempts to 67. 17 more field goal attempts for the Suns.
This is Burke. Burke goes up and he's fouled on the play. Undrafted out of Auburn. Only Irish-born player in the NBA, Pat Burke. He has played 7 of his 8 pro seasons in Europe, Spain, and Greece. Doug and I will be in Los Angeles at the Rockin' Staples Center on Thursday night, Game 6, 10:30 Eastern start. And then if there is a Game 7, it will be back here in Phoenix on Saturday. lane violation.
Pat Burks look at Skidisvili and say, you just took a point away from me. I don't get an opportunity to get out there and play. You just took one of my points. That's fighting words when you don't get on the bench very well, Coach. I mean, can't have a guy take your points away from you. George hits the shot. In Dublin, they'll be looking at this box score and they say, hey, one of our own score, but not the case as of right now. Skidishvili. Yex, lottery pick by the Denver. There he goes. Burke puts it in. That's a three by Smush Parker. That's almost like the one he hit the other day, but it was from a different angle. Had not hit a shot the whole night. That's his only field goal of the night. 1 of 7, Doug. The other night he had 1 of 10 when he hit that. Finished up at 2 for 12, but had the big 3 and the big steal that gave them a 3-1 lead. Parker 3 of 19 in the last 2 games shooting. And here comes Luke Walton in the final 19 seconds of this game. Devin George. Well, when there's no pressure on, it's easy to put that 3 ball in. I mean, it's amazing. Devin George, hit 3 big threes in the fourth quarter. The Suns fans, you know what they're hoping for? They want to see this team one more time. They'd like to see them on Saturday for a Game 7. We'll see if they can get it back here. They had a terrific night tonight. Phoenix Suns were facing elimination. The game had fireworks. It had a career high in the playoffs by Boris Diaw, who finished with 25 and 10 rebounds. Double-double for Odom of the Lakers, 18 points and 15 rebounds, and Kobe Bryant had 29. Let's check out tonight's closer of the game, presented by TNT's The Closer. What about Diaw? 1 assist shy of a triple-double. He had a triple-double earlier this season against the Lakers. Still in the back of the minds of the Phoenix Suns, teams that have gone up 3-1 in a series have won 96% of the time. That firmly on the mind of Steve Nash, who is standing by with our David Aldridge.
Steve, you guys talked about playing a little angry tonight. Did you have that?
Yeah, I thought a little bit. You know, I thought we just played really solid tonight. You know, they shot a pretty good percentage, but we caused some turnovers, and we were still solid on our defense. And obviously, we scored over 100 points, which is nice.
Yeah, Boris Diaw, 1 assist shy of a triple-double. Is he starting to figure this thing out?
Yeah. Well, he's such a terrific player. He's got so many skills that, you know, it's just a matter of time, like I said early on, before he really, you know, gets it cracking. And he does a great job playing off guys and playing for guys, so we're really lucky to have him.
In the fourth quarter, we saw Raja Bell with a clothesline at Kobe Bryant. He gets ejected. Are you worried that he won't be around for Game 6?
Not really. I mean, after all the bad calls and breaks we've gotten, I can't see the league doing anything about it. I mean, there's been hard fouls both ways. The other day, Kwame Brown elbowed Boris to the ground and stood over him with his crotch in his face. So if they want to start ejecting our guys, it'll, you know, I think it'd be unfair.
Mike D'Antoni said this morning that this would be the toughest of the 3 for you guys to win because the pressure was on you. Do you feel like the pressure is now back on the Lakers?
Well, we'll see. You know, it'd be nice if we were 3-2 up, but we're in a position now where hopefully we can ride some momentum and let it all hang out in L.A.
Steve, thanks very much. Congratulations. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you. Our producer tonight has been Scott Cockrell. Our director, Lonnie Dale. Special thanks to Mookie Frana, Jeff Paris, Jeremy Levin, and Sam Powers. For Doug Collins and David Aldridge and the rest of our crew, Kevin Harlan saying good night from Phoenix, Arizona. There will be a Game 6. It'll be on TNT on Thursday, the Lakers and Suns. Right now, let's take you to Atlanta and inside with Ernie Johnson.